Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vera and I am pretty new at homeschooling. This is my second year homeschooling my son. I started homeschooling him when he was 4 for kindergarten. Where I live it's called junior kindergarten, and now he is in senior kindergarten and he's 5 years old. I just wanted to share some of the mistakes I've done while homeschooling and just things that I have learned so far. I feel like when you start up homeschooling, it's kind of challenging. Like everybody says it's pretty easy. It's hard to know what curriculum works for your child, and I've spoken to so many homeschooling moms and each of them are doing different curriculums, so it's so hard to choose one. I realize you need to really do your research and also get a curriculum that majority people have. One mistake I will say that I did and I thought it was helpful was I went in this one website, this one homeschooling mom who sells curriculums and everything. She had like a quiz where what is your child's learning type, you know, visual or hands-on kind of things like that, and she would recommend what curriculum your child should have. And with this quiz, she recommended the master books for my child, which I ended up buying. So I just right away went and bought this book and didn't look at it. And the sample, there was like one sample, but the sample didn't really show so well. But honestly, I actually never met anyone who used this curriculum. And the second thing I made a mistake is I didn't research where is the cheapest way to buy this curriculum. I got 2 of these books and they're pretty thick and I spent a lot of money. I realized I could have saved $50 shipping if I bought these books somewhere else. So it's good to research and figure out where is the best way or the cheapest way. Sometimes even curriculums have like free printouts you can do. You can print out a whole curriculum for free. So really do research, and I'm pretty new at it, so I don't know how to do it, but I'm learning. So the biggest mistake is buying the wrong curriculum. This curriculum ends up being too easy for my son. I would honestly say master books is more for like 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds who don't know nothing, because it's very easy. It's really sunny. Oh boy. Okay, I just closed my curtains. Hopefully it's not too bright. Like this master books, it's like kindergarten, but I definitely would say it's like pre-K because it's like one letter tracing. It's super simple, too easy. And there's just a lot of reading, and my son is actually not really interested in like poems and things like that. So I honestly stopped using this curriculum after like 3 months. I noticed it's just not working out for us. That was like one of the biggest mistakes, is spending too much money and not researching the curriculum. Another thing I have realized, a mistake I did, is I bought too many things. Homeschooling can be a lot more simple. I just bought a lot of like extra math activities, like things like blocks to do counting, or this Montessori number chart thing that my son does not have desire to do. I just bought a lot of extra things thinking we can do fun activities, and he's not interested in. So if you are just starting out, just do something, just get something simple. It doesn't need to be so much things. Like right now we're counting his cars for fun when we want to practice counting. So you can just use whatever you have to do like activities. You don't have to go and buy a lot of things. So I feel like I spent way too much money, and he's only in kindergarten. Like I should have saved that money until like he's in a different grade or something. A mistake I've done is not being consistent or having like a strict routine. I am not really a routine type of person, and I've never been, but I realize it is good to have homeschool a certain time. We did kind of have it sometimes in the afternoon, whatever worked out when my toddler was napping, but I realized it just made me not really feel like doing homeschool, and my son. Now I realize when we wake up, you know, you have breakfast and start school right away. Maybe I'm the only one that doesn't have routine, but I realize that is a mistake. I should have a more consistent school routine. Of course, it makes sense when you have a newborn or something like that. Like it is hard to have a routine when you're busy like with your baby. So that's when it's okay. And that's the beauty of homeschool. It's okay to do like skip a day or do in the afternoon, but it is also good to kind of have a routine so your child knows what to expect and he can't fight it off like, I don't want to do it right now. And I'm like, well, this is what we do every day. Another thing that I have learned is that follow your child's interest. You know, sometimes you think like this is how our day's gonna look, or you can write out a whole schedule, but it might not work out for your child. And like, just be more creative with them. My son really is into technology, so I've recently found a lot of free math games that he can do, or you can even buy like a math game. And I noticed I will kind of change things up. One day I will do a math worksheet, and the next day we'll do a math game on the computer. And I noticed that keeps his interest, and it kind of makes him not feel like he's in school when he's on the computer playing a game. And all along he hasn't realized that he's actually doing math activities, and he thinks he's just playing a game. Every day I'm learning how to teach my son and just make it more fun and not so stressful, even though there is some days where I'm just like, he doesn't have the desire to do anything, and I'm like, you have to do this today, and that's it. So sometimes you have to be stern, and that's one thing I've learned, is you need to be stern. And sometimes I feel like I'm the mean mom, and sometimes he gets upset at me, but giving a lot of hugs and encouragement really helps too. I've noticed if I cheer him on every single number he writes or every letter, he gets excited, and constantly hugging him. I notice he needs a lot of encouragement and love when we're doing activity. And it might take 30 minutes to like write a letter of the alphabet or figure out one math question. That's one thing I love about homeschool, is you can take 30 minutes just doing one page instead of rushing. We have to finish this because it's recess or whatever. Now I wanted to share quickly the things that I've switched up and changed and that has worked for my son. So I got Handwriting Without Tears, and he finished this in like 2 or 3 months. Like, he did a really good job. I really recommend this book. And recently I just bought the Horizons book 1 for kindergarten, and it's really working out as well. I really wish I bought this in the beginning of this year instead of master books. I'm really enjoying this math sheet. It's just colorful and simple, and we're just starting right from the beginning, and it will get harder in the end. It's just, like I said, master books math is just too easy. It literally is just counting. It's no addition. So it's just too easy, and it's time for him to learn addition. Like, he's 5.5. And also another thing I've learned from my sister is you can get a lot of free printouts in the internet, which is really good. And my sister, she printed out a lot of activities, so I've been doing this in between. This was in fall time, gluing, fun activities like that. Some curriculums don't have these fun things, so it's so good to go online and print out free things. And so in random days when I feel like he needs to switch up and get new things, I just open up this binder that has different activities, and there's a lot of things you need to laminate and like cut out. But it's just nice to have like extra different stuff to print out. And all of this is from taughtschooling.net. So if there's something you need to look at, taughtschooling.net has a lot of, you just download and you print it out, and it's really awesome and fun. And even my 2-year-old wants to do something. So yeah, try to find things online that you can print out as well. So like every day I try to do something different. Mostly right now we're doing the Horizons math, but some days, like I said, I will decide to do a math game on the computer. Thing that I got that I wish I got at the beginning of the year is this book, Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I got this book, and I find it's really helping my son read. I first was focusing on memorizing sight words, but I felt like it was boring for him. But he's already halfway, and I noticed he is reading really well. And this book focuses more on the sound of the letter instead of just memorizing words, which I think is really helpful for him, because my son is actually really good at memorizing sight words, but I noticed he wasn't able to sound out letters. So this book has really helped him sound out. Like, if you go through each letter and you tell him, you know, this is t, and that has really helped him to read. And now that we're halfway through this book, I am randomly taking out little readers, little sight books that I have, and in random days I will do this, and then the next day I will do like books, and he will read that, just to switch it up and make it more fun for him. So those are the things that I have, mistakes that I've done and things that I've learned, and now that I have started doing, and hopefully we'll have a successful next few months of homeschool until summer. Comment down below if you started homeschooling, if you're new at it, because I know during like quarantine and everything, and there's virtual schooling, a lot of parents have switched to homeschooling. So let me know if you're new homeschooling and what kind of curriculum you are using. I would love to know. And if your child is in kindergarten like my son. So yeah, I hope this was interesting to some new homeschooling mamas out there. And yeah, I would love if you subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.